Gervonta Tank Davis finally spoke out, but not through a press conference or a statement from his lawyer. Instead, he went live on Instagram in a raw and emotional broadcast that drew nearly 200,000 viewers. Sitting inside his nearly empty Baltimore mansion with red eyes and a shaky voice, Tank said, "They took everything from me." Within hours, clips from the live stream spread across social media. The fighter who once packed arenas was now struggling to hold back tears as federal agents surrounded his home. His mansion was seized, his planned fight with Jake Paul was canceled, and his boxing career appeared to be in serious danger. This is not just another story about a champion falling from the top. It marks a critical turning point in the life and career of one of boxing's most talented.
For some reason, he gets in trouble. You know, I'm not sure what he's going through, or if he is going through something. Man, we wish him, you know, all the best, and hopefully he gets back on the straight line. You know, we always wish that for fighters, because this is a tough sport. You know, that gets into your psyche and kind of getting you out. But I think Tank Davis, yeah, he has his whole career ahead of him. I don't really know if he wanted this fight. I don't really know if he wanted an exhibition. I don't think that's in Tank's nature, you know? Yeah, it would have been a great payday. Yeah, it would have been a lot of exposure, but it does nothing to Tank's legacy. And I really do think that Tank cares about his legacy. There's no loss in Gervonta Davis not fighting Jake Paul. Who knows if he's going to fight ever again. I wish he does. We want to see him against the very best, like he always fights. You know, he's a plus for the sport. I really do wish he gets his, I can't even say life, because I mean, I'm sure his life is together. It's just, you know, maybe he's going through a few things, you know, personally, and he's got to just get them together and move on. Let's go. Let's get the fights, you know, that the fans want to see. Let's make them and give the fight fans, you know, some excitement.
Interview number 2 looked like a planned publicity move. There were no cameras, no publicists, and no prepared speech. It was just him sitting in a dimly lit living room surrounded by half-packed boxes in a house that once represented luxury, but now reflected everything he had lost. He began by talking about the fight everyone had been waiting for, his canceled blockbuster showdown with Jake Paul. It was expected to headline on Netflix, generate millions of dollars, and possibly give his career the fresh start it desperately needed.
Boxing champ Gervonta Tank Davis is sent to jail less than a month after he was ordered to serve 3 months of home detention. He was taken into custody after an impromptu hearing yesterday, and now he will finish his 90-day sentence in the Baltimore City jail. Deputies say Davis violated the terms of his home detention sentence in a 2020 hit-and-run crash. He said his home was too small, so he moved to the Four Seasons Hotel, but did not get permission from the judge. He received his 90-day sentence after pleading guilty in February to a crash that injured.
Tank spoke with emotion, saying, "They took everything from me, man. Everything. The house, the cars, and now the fight. I was ready. I trained harder than I ever have before." His words reflected the pain and frustration of watching everything he had worked for disappear, even after putting in what he believed was the hardest training camp of his career.
Dude, what are you talking about? You know how much money you got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in gym for hours? And you know you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest, like let's say 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making $500,000 in interest. He's not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What?
The biggest issue was that the fight was not called off because of an injury or failed negotiations. It was canceled because of Tank himself.
When you walked into the ring, how much you think you'll weigh?
When I walk in the ring?
Yeah.
With or without the ankle monitor on?
That's corny. That's super corny. I don't know how much I'll weigh.
And the handcuffs too.
Huh? What are you talking about, fam?
How do you win this fight?
That outfit is trash. For real. That outfit is garbage. And that hairstyle. Anybody that ever rocked a mohawk is a fucking clown. We all know this. Anybody rocked a mohawk. Name
You
them.
want to see clowns? You want to see clowns? Gervonta, you're the fucking clown, buddy. You're the fucking clown, Gervonta. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown. I got you a poodle.
Now, okay. Now, since we on this, if I put my hands on females or anything like that, right? If I put my hands on females or anything like that, you know how many female, like, come on. It will be mad. You see how when I don't even want to bring up nobody thing, what's the name about that, but P. Diddy. When things got like that, no, listen, when one female did a charge, it was mad females coming out, right? So if I hit a female, right, wouldn't it be mad other females? Like I ain't been just with one female. Like I'm 30 years old. Like let's be real. I've been with more than one female. Wouldn't mad females come out and say something about me hitting them? No.
Just weeks before the fight, Tank was named in a civil lawsuit filed by his former girlfriend, Courtney Russell, which included allegations of battery, kidnapping, and emotional abuse. Within 48 hours, Jake Paul's promotion, Most Valuable Promotions, announced that the event had been canceled. Without delay, in its statement, the company said, "We unequivocally condemn any form of violence and will not move forward with this event." Those words hit Tank hard because this was more than just another fight. It was his chance to rebuild his career and regain momentum after his disappointing draw with Lamont Roach. With the cancellation, that opportunity disappeared and his problems were only beginning.
Some interaction with on social. What do you make of maybe the lack of discipline or arrest?
Lack of discipline? Lack of discipline, is that what you want to put it down to?
Yeah.
More than lack of discipline. Yeah. It's vile. Do you know what I mean? I don't condone that at all in the slightest, so it's not got nothing to do with lack of discipline. It's got everything to do with moral compass. And for me, that's just, yeah.
Just days after the fight was officially canceled, federal agents raided Tank's Baltimore mansion as part of an ongoing investigation connected to the same domestic allegations and other reported matters. According to neighbors, several black SUVs arrived outside the gated property around dawn, and agents were seen removing boxes, hard drives, cash, and according to leaked reports, weapons. Sources also claimed investigators found illegal gun parts, nearly $500,000 in unregistered cash, and security footage showing unidentified people entering the home late at night in the days leading up to the raid. If those reports are accurate, the situation could have serious consequences.
When he first signed the fight, this ain't the first time he had battery against a woman. You knew what it was when you first signed the fight. So don't get mad and cuss him out and talk bad about him now. You knew what it was when you signed up for it. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that. I don't talk bad about him either, but don't do the dude like that. No, the dude having a hard time in his life right now. Don't just do him like that. You know what I mean? Because you knew exactly what he was when you signed him to fight the first time. All I gotta say.
Tank spoke about the raid during his live stream. His voice broke with emotion. He said, "They making me out to be some monster, bro. Yeah, I got money. I got cars, but I ain't no criminal. I'm not who they say I am." His comments sparked mixed reactions from fans. Some flooded the chat with messages like, "Stay strong, champ," while others responded by saying, "You did this to yourself." For Gervonta Davis, many believe this has become a familiar pattern with major success in the ring repeatedly followed by controversy
allegations against Gervonta Davis. They're very serious allegations. Anybody that's laying hands on women needs to be shut down straight away. They need to be, for me, they need to be locked up and the key thrown away. You shouldn't touch women. They're not there to be touched and have their hands laid on them. I've got 2 daughters. I've got my wife, my mother. Anybody out there who's close relationship to women knows you do not lay your hands on women ever. Don't touch them. And if you do, you should be prisoned. As simple as that. That's my take on it. It's totally out of it. It's really serious. Tank needs to get a grip and stop doing what he's doing because he's got previous. This is all alleged, don't forget. This is all allegations, so we're not trying to convict anybody here on Froch on Fighting, we're just pointing out the facts. He's been accused of all the serious allegations from earlier. It's not good enough, and from the fight being made to the weight disparity to Gervonta Davis being a wrong-un in terms of these allegations, the whole thing is just an absolute...
From the outside, Tank appeared to have everything. He was a major star under Floyd Mayweather's promotion, known for his knockout power, sold-out arenas, and millions of dollars in earnings. But behind the success, serious problems continued to grow. In 2020, he was arrested on a domestic battery charge after a viral video showed him grabbing his then-girlfriend by the throat in public. In 2023, he spent 44 days in jail for violating the terms of his house arrest, following a hit-and-run conviction. Then this year, he faced another domestic assault allegation, a case that many believe pushed his ongoing troubles to a whole new level.
Welcome back. Champion boxer Gervonta Tank Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the...
Interview number 9. Television reports announced that champion boxer Gervonta Tank Davis had been released from jail after posting bond. According to the reports, he was accused of assaulting his former girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami also covered the story live from the jail in West Miami-Dade, providing details about the allegations.
Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solo, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevens at all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
Interview number 10. Commentators Z. Ward and Timothy Bradley also shared their concerns on live television, saying that Tank was battling too many personal issues and had lost his focus. In boxing, even the most talented fighters can see their careers fall apart when distractions outside the ring begin to take over.
Look, I'll just say this, man. Tank Davis got to be the most stupidest boxer ever in the history of boxing, man. And I mean that, wholeheartedly, for real. Man, $40 million, think about that. $40 million down the drain. So he calls himself, he's about his money, right? He's about business. Are you truly about business? Are you? Because, dude, like, why are you getting in these sort of altercations, bro? Weeks before the fight, like, come on, man. Like, this has been his MO. That's the issue that I'm having, right? Is that this has been his MO. He's done this the last time. He did the same thing, but the case, I guess, got dropped or whatever. But this is the thing, man. MVP should have had a backup plan because you got to understand Tank's history, man. You know, you got to understand his habits. You know, Tank hasn't always followed the script. Tank has always been spoiled over there at PBC. Spoiled. Tank usually do whatever the hell he wants. Shows up to meetings late. You know what I mean? Workouts late. You know, he's on his own time. And PBC allowed him to do that. He think he can take that type of business and bring it over here with Jake Paul. And Jake Paul is saying like, man, well, this dude's a clown. Like, we got to sell this fight. I heard the fight wasn't really selling like it's supposed to.
When Jake Paul's team canceled the fight, many people believed it was simply a moral decision. But reports suggested business concerns also played a major role. Jake has built his brand around controversy, but the kind that stays inside the sport. With Netflix and major sponsors involved, Tank's legal issues becoming national news reportedly made the event too risky to continue. According to reports, Jake's team quickly began looking at other big names, including Ryan Garcia and Nate Diaz, to keep the Netflix card alive. While Tank was sharing his emotions during his live stream, Jake was already focused on moving forward, and fans quickly noticed the contrast. One comment summed it up by saying, "Jake's building an empire. Tank's burning one down." The live stream sparked intense reactions online. Some fans felt they were finally seeing the real Tank and believed he had been carrying too much pressure for too long. Others blamed him for his own problems. One user on X wrote, Every time Tank gets close to greatness, he ruins it himself. While another commented, "You can't play gangster and boxer at the same time. Pick one." Former world champion Timothy Bradley also shared his opinion, saying, "This was not the same Tank people once knew because the hunger and drive seemed to be missing." He added that Tank was fighting battles outside the ring, and once a boxer loses the passion for the sport, getting it back is extremely difficult.
Debate the top fighter in the world pound for pound. We can do that. What we cannot do is debate who's the most exciting fighter, who's the biggest box office attraction in boxing. That would happen to be Gervonta Davis. We just got to accept it. I think that Frank Martin's a talented fighter. He'll make some things happen down the line in the future, but we'll never look at him the same after that destruction. Not to say that we won't respect him, but we'll never look at him the same because he got destroyed by Gervonta Davis. And that's no shame, that's no slouch, but damn, still in all, you get destroyed, you get destroyed. Gervonta Davis is the #1 box office attraction. Who I want to see him against next is Shakur Stevenson. I don't want to see him against Devin Haney because Devin Haney has proven to me that he's not a good punch taker. I want to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with somebody perceived as having enough power to put him on the canvas too. That's what.
Not forget, this is the same Gervonta Davis who once packed arenas with highlight reel knockouts and was called the future of boxing by Floyd Mayweather. But even that partnership eventually fell apart. After years of tension and public disagreements, Tank separated from Mayweather Promotions. He accused Floyd of trying to control his career and taking too much credit for his success. Mayweather fired back, calling Tank ungrateful and warning that he could end up like many fighters who believed they could succeed without the right team around them.
Do you think Floyd did that intentionally?
Yeah, for sure.
Why? After so much time, he helped you come into the game. He gave you the spotlight. Like, why would he try to diminish your career?
Because at that time, I don't want to go too deep into it. It was somehow that they were saying that I was messing with my daughter, or the fact that she kept Snapchat. Okay. Kept hitting me on the Snapchat. So they said it to Floyd, and Floyd bugged out.
Okay.
So that's what made it like.
Makes people wonder if maybe Floyd had a point all along. While Floyd Mayweather continues to headline exhibition events with big names like Mike Tyson and earn massive paydays, Tank is now dealing with legal battles and trying to protect whatever remains of his legacy. The biggest question now is whether Gervonta Davis can recover from this situation. At the moment, the road ahead looks difficult. His sponsors have gone silent. Netflix has reportedly stepped away from the situation, and his boxing license could be at risk depending on how the legal case develops.
I don't think Tank cares about what it does for the sport. I think, and I get it, like I was very open and honest with my last fight and the things around it. Tried not to be before because I didn't want anyone to, not be excited for what was a good fight on paper, definitely. But when you kind of lose that love for the craft and the discipline, and getting in the ring don't mean as much as it did when you was growing up and on the way up. I've kind of seen that in Tank. Now, he had a hard fight against Lamont Roach Jr. and that might have been a part of it. Like, wow, man, this is getting hard against fighters that I think I'm levels above, and turned out on the night that I wasn't. And not only that, with prize fighters, I hope, for the little people of the world, I hope Jake Paul gets absolutely starched by someone nearly half his